Training camp is still in full swing. We got some updates to one of our young pass rushers on what his injury is. JG ended up saying we're going to go ahead and cut it loose and actually play football today. We're also going to be talking about one of the biggest, most intriguing players coming out of this year's draft that I'm excited to watch. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. Ladies and gentlemen, preseason is just around the corner and we're finally almost getting Arizona Cardinal football back again, and I'm very excited to see these young kids come out and see what they can do, right? Seeing if they can be a staple point for the Arizona Cardinals' future. Now, we do got some updates pertaining to training camp. We ended up getting our fearless leader JG come out and give us some updates on obviously answering questions and, any updates in training camp. Now, this is going to be the first official day that they're going to be playing football, which is really exciting because obviously when I've been to training camp this year, it's been a lot of drills. They have been doing some reps. They have been doing some things like that, but this is going to be the official day where they're going to cut it loose, right? In the words of JG, they're going to cut it loose and he's excited about it. And this is definitely something that needs to happen because yes, we have seen some unfortunate injuries from the entirety of the NFL, big star names out there that have been getting injured, but this is something that needs to happen for us to get prepared for the preseason as well as the regular season, because I have said this on multiple videos that I don't feel like the Arizona Cardinals players were prepared to actually play a game, and being that JG has already acknowledged that we're looking good, but we got a lot to improve on, is getting me excited, right? Because we're having a coach that has attention to detail and wanting them to do the right things to win games here. Now, one thing that we also got as well was a update on one of our young edge rushers, and that is Myjai Sanders. He ended up having a hand injury sometime last week. Now, there was some questions back and forth to JG in terms of any updates. We haven't gotten any updates except for today. He did have a sling or a cast on his hand, but it seems like it's something where JG really isn't worried about. He said we're going to be seeing him on the field sometime. We don't know exactly when, but he doesn't seem really worried about it. So that's obviously good news and a breath of fresh air because I want to see what Myjai Sanders can do coming into this next year, and hopefully he can explode and be that edge rusher that we all kind of want him to become. Now, let's continue to talk about training camp. One player that I'm very excited to watch in his progression and how he develops is going to be none other than Michael Wilson, wide receiver out of Stanford that we ended up drafting this year. Some might say that he was the steal of the draft. Some might say that, he's the replacement of DeAndre Hopkins. At this very moment, TBD, but there's people out there saying that he's been turning heads and he's had a good training camp so far. Now, since we ended up drafting him this year, there has been concerns pertaining to Michael Wilson and what he is as a player. Looking back in a little history, it seems like he was with Stanford since 2018 to 2022 and had some pretty good career numbers with the his collegiate level. But one thing that's a big concern for Michael Wilson is he able to stay healthy? Now, if he's able to stay healthy, I think he could become a really good wide receiver in the NFL and, of course, help the Arizona Cardinals and hopefully try to chase in Lombardi sometime in the future. But seemed like he had some foot issues back in 2020 as well as 2021. Now, there was also another season-ending injury in 2022, but that one really wasn't disclosed in terms of what exactly happened. If he can stay healthy, I think this guy could be a really good wide receiver, right? Stands 6'2", and most likely going to be one of the tallest wide receivers that we have on this roster, because obviously, as you know, we got our Greg Dortches, we got our Rondell Moore, we got Marquise Hollywood Brown, we got Zach Pascal, which is also 6'2", but I think a lot more people are excited about Michael Wilson than we are about Zach Pascal. So also kind of keep in mind that this man can become that guy that we need him to be. It's just obviously staying healthy is key and number one. Now, training camp has been going well for Michael Wilson. He ended up having an interview for training camp and kind of, checking in with them in terms of how he's liking it and kind of, asking him questions. It seems like he's doing all the right things. And number one thing is that he's basically trying to be a sponge to all the veterans that we currently have on this roster with your Zach Pascal as well as your Marquise Hollywood Brown, trying to learn from them and how to become a wide receiver within the NFL. Because yes, you can produce on the field, but there is a level of the professionalism and outside the field and how to act with other players is big and huge as well for these young wide receivers to be molded by good older veterans. So it seems like he's doing all that stuff. It seems like he's really enjoying his time. He seems to be very explosive. He knows that he could be good, but there is some things to work on. I think one thing that he mentioned out there is that he feels like he's very good with causing separation and you know, getting the jump off the line of scrimmage. So if we can get that right, I think one of the biggest things in terms of the NFL level to the, you know, or the collegiate level to the NFL level is that separation is huge and key, right? Because when you are playing college, yes, you do have some really talented players. But in the NFL, you got the best of the best. So whoever you're going to be lining up towards, it's going to be a very good cornerback, right? So being able to cause separation and be able to cause that and to get that separation is huge and key. So he knows that he needs to work on it, but he does think that he can do it. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what his progression is going to be. We got so close for preseason, so we can actually get some football going up. So definitely excited about that. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's any players out there that you're excited about, let me know in the comments below. Appreciate you guys as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cards.